Everything's kind of evened out now. I mean, it's 2 weeks since Todd got here, and there was a lot of change right away. But just the way you guys are playing now, is it sustainable long term?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we know we had the potential in this group, and I think we're starting to realize some of it. And again, we can't get complacent and act like we're the greatest team in the world. We just got to come to play every night and try to keep this thing rolling as long as possible.
How much difference did the change in atmosphere make? Can you quantify that? Because it just seemed so dismal here after that St. Louis game.
I think every time you get change, whether it be a new coach or trade or whatever, there's some sort of energy that's injected, and we've managed to take that energy and convert it into some wins, and obviously the wins make you feel better about yourselves and better vibes in the locker room as a team. So I think all of it moving forward is positive.
The halfway point now, is it kind of a tale of up until Christmas and then Christmas up till now?
Absolutely, yeah. I think you could feel the vibes changing even after that Toronto game when we were down 5-0, came back and made it 5-2. I think a lot of guys were coming into the rink the next day feeling positive about everything and where we could go. And even though we lost, it felt like things were trending in the right direction even after that one game. So, I mean, obviously we've been on a little bit of a roll since, and it's been good, and trying to ride it out as long as we can.
What's sustainable from the way you've been playing?
I think the aggressiveness, the ability to not sit back in the game, to keep pressing. I think that's one of the things that's really changed. I think I don't want to say we're afraid of making mistakes before, but now we're playing with more aggression, so we put ourselves in better positions to have more time and space, or be on the forecheck, or be in their end where you can't make as many mistakes, right? So, and I think that was a great example in the second period when we really took over that game. Our first period wasn't the best last night, but our second period we really took it to them, rolled the lines, and one after another had shift after shift. So I think that's how we can kind of take over games and sustain that, right? But
Todd mentioned last night he doesn't even think you guys have had a full, consistent 60-minute effort yet. It's encouraging that you've been winning in spite of that, and that as that comes,
yeah,
there's.
I think it's tough to do that in this league, right?
Yeah.
You're always going to have ups and downs throughout a game, and there's going to be periods where maybe you're in a little bit of a lull and you need to get that momentum back. So that's just the way hockey it is. But I would agree with that. I mean, there's always room for improvement, and I think we're kind of going over things every day we can improve on and get better at.
Todd, when you look at this team, how much do you evaluate just post-Christmas versus the whole first half?
That's really hard for me to do from a distance. It's not even fair. We may have changed some things. They may have dealt with things differently, and there's no right way or wrong way. But for me to weigh one against the other is certainly unfair. I can only answer that question based on my time since whatever it's been, 26th of December and on. And when I got here, I believe I said that it would take us 6, 7, 8 games to really figure guys out. We're starting to do that. We're having discussions now in the coach's room. Actually, we were just talking about a player, and are we seeing it now? I'm asking, are we seeing this right? Is this really who he is? And well, no, he's been better in this area, or yeah, that's who he is. That's starting to happen. So I don't think I answered your question, but I can't evaluate what was here before. I can only deal with what's here now.
How does this group avoid complacency when these winning streaks happen?
Well, we're one game over 500, and we're negative 15 or 16 in goals for and against. So if that is the roadmap to, or the map to complacency, then shame on us. We've worked hard to feel good. Do we want to give that back? But again, I don't know the group well enough to say that, hey, we got it under control. They'll continue to play hard, and we'll figure it all out as we go. But I don't sense it. And we're not going to win the next 41 games. We know that. That's very unrealistic. So if a loss does come and it's an honest loss, we got to live with it and move on. But if it is a complacency loss or a give yourself permission to be shitty on a certain day, the group can do that too, then we'll deal with it. Throughout this streak, we've had the opportunity to grow every day. We add just a little piece in. We add another little piece in today to the whole system, and the players have grabbed it. It hasn't been overload. They've been able to take little pieces and put it all together. There's still a lot of that to come, and I think that's sustainable, where they are able to grab little things and put it into play. Hopefully it helps the way we play, but if we can keep doing that, we can move it forward and not be stuck in one spot.